Yeah, that was crazy, by the way. We were like talking about the Wizard of Oz, and we were talking about who would be who, and we're like, yeah, Rip would be he would be like the Scarecrow because he doesn't have a brain or whatever, right? And we were just talking about all that shit, and I was like, who would all of us be? And Rip just goes, you'd be fucking Dorothy, bitch. And I was like, what? That's pretty good. This is a Dorothy looking outfit, kind of. I mean, if it was like maybe like the shoes. The shoes is what's got me, but nothing else probably. It's as close as you're gonna get. It's an interesting match. I'll tell you this. I feel like this matchup, Tokido is almost always in control. I'm gonna just let you guys know right now. I think that in general, Karen should have the ground normals to handle Akuma, in theory. But his ability to counter poke is probably like some of the best in the game. He has some of the most rewarding counter pokes, good buffers to deal with her normals. And then air fireball and air approach in general makes it so she has to focus on the air. So although I feel like she should probably win the ground game, I feel like she almost never does consistently enough to matter, you know? Because Akuma has so many useful tools in this matchup, you know what I mean? And it's useful to thank Yichang for subscribing to the channel, even though he just kind of lurks in the background. Thanks very much for the 11 months. Yeah, I kind of wish he did too. It would have been cool to have that story of someone who won Evo and Capcom Cup back-to-back. Like the Tekken boys, you know, that last year Saint won Evo and Globals. The year before that, like Nobi had the double title. This year JDCR didn't get both. So it seems like it was like breaking kind of the mold. That's what I'm talking about with the shallow demon flip. Check this out. Shallow demon flip. First of all, this will beat all anti-airs. So if Bonchan hits Fierce or something here, Fierce hits like in this kind of a hitbox, and demon flip will just slide around under and take out the toes. So it's one of those things where this kind of approach is really tough to stop, and Bonchan has to constantly be prepared for it. And if he's not, then like what do you do, right? The ground game, yeah, you see that? This is Tokido fishing right here, right? You see this? Step back, right? Karen pushes herself out of range, and Tokido preemptively is looking to crush her buttons. He sticks out crouching fierce, expecting to crush a medium attack from Karen here, because he's looking for her to poke. Realistically, her medium normals, like her stand medium kick, crouch medium kick, standing medium punch, too fast for him to whiff punish at a range like this unless you're just buffering. So he's preemptively trying to catch a limb here and crush it. And the risk, this is how Street Fighter V footsies works a lot of the times, right? Medium attacks are incredibly fast, incredibly difficult to whiff punish, and oftentimes lead to hit confirms or buffers that do damage and knock you down, right? So medium attacks in footsies are incredibly strong. They're like Street Fighter 4 in the sense that they're kind of spammable, fast normals that are hard to whiff punish. Street Fighter 4 had a decent amount of those. In this game, that's like the medium attacks, right? Think about something like Rose Roundhouse or Bison Roundhouse or Adon standing heavy kick, or there's, you know, a lot of normals, Elena crouching strong, a lot of, what's it called? Lots of buttons like that. So think about this, right? What happens in this neutral game here is that they're constantly rotating a series of options. And here, Tokido is looking for a medium button to beat with his Fierce. The risk of sticking out a heavy button to crush a medium attack is that you leave yourself open to be whiff punished, right? So this is where the whiff punishing occurs, and this is how Punk beats people with Karen. He opens you up and he sets you up with his medium attack. Think about real fighting, right? Think about like a boxing match or like an MMA fight or something. You open people up by using jabs and kind of making them like move or predict something or whatever, and then you set up whatever your real power punch is. This is kind of similar in that aspect, right? Where the medium attacks from Karen are generally like her jabs. They're the things that kind of set people up. And once you make them start to preemptively try to beat those jabs or react to those jabs, right, with something like that, then you get the whiff punish. So that's how you get a whiff punish in a scenario like this. Whiff punish again. So, right, see again, those medium normals, really fast, again, whiff punish, right? Tokido tried to challenge the medium normals, he just gets a whiff punish for it. Activates V-triggers, one of the strongest V-triggers in the game here from Akuma. This is why, right? Hard knockdown, force the media after, you don't have to guess on what kind of situation it's going to be. Tons of plus frames, and like just like that, he is stunned. See that? The scaling will be really heavy, yeah, so he spends a bar, takes the knockdown. Throw a kill, yeah. Nice and simple offense from Tokido. That's pretty textbook, right? That's kind of what you think about from him. And his offense and kind of setups have always been incredibly crisp. If you think about him in Street Fighter 4, right, with Akuma, it was very similar to that. hard knockdowns into set play was like sort of his. He was the guy who was vortexing people to death, right? If you think about the start of Season 2 in Street Fighter V, Tokido was the guy who had the murder jump with Ryu. Remember where you like it's like a one frame like specific jump in with jump medium kick to safe jump stuff and all this stuff. Like Tokido had these crazy setups with Ryu. He was really ahead of his time in terms of like the kind of tech he was coming up with for this game. It was really interesting. Yeah, that was a 50% damage combo. Right, that's the kind of damage that Akuma puts out. See this air approach option? This is what makes her ground game not as threatening, right? Because fireball, first of all, useful on the ground, but air fireball approach, and when he crouch blocks here, the fireball becomes more plus, right? Because it takes longer to reach her. The arc of the fireball takes longer to hit the character, so he becomes more plus because of it. If you check this out, check out the arc of the fireball, right? So when the fireball's coming down, if he blocks it right here because he's standing, then the fireball hits much earlier. If you crouch, which is what Bonchan does, notice that the fireball has to keep traveling further down and hit her down here. So there's more travel time on the fireball. And that travel time means that now Tokido gets to land earlier, right when the fireball is blocked, and he has more advantage to check afterwards, right? So that's a good example of like sort of the risk, right, of using those air fireballs. And again, air approach, right? Good example of why the air approach stops you from playing ground game, right? He had the air-to-air to beat that jump fireball, and then when he lands here, Tokido is plus, which means he gets this demon flip. Yeah, see this? This is what makes the ground game hard. That was not a real meaty. Yeah, double jab. Ah, buffer. Got him. That's the risk of playing ground game against Karen, right? You gotta buffer those normals sometimes because her normals are just so hard to deal with. Damn, that was a nice try. Air fireball. Plus frames. Nice V reversal. Just take it nice and safe. He didn't even go for shoulder after because he has invincible DP here with V trigger. Buffering. See that? Buffering the medium kick. Trying to find a hit. Wasting some of that V trigger gauge. Good close. Man, that neutral jump medium kick. Good closeout. Got him. Was not plus on that. Why would Bonchan use an AA that puts Tokido plus when they land? He was just looking to air jab to try to catch him out of the air. I don't know that he intended to be negative, but he did it because anti-airing ground fireball with her or air fireball with her is not easy to do, right? So you have to either commit to EX bar or you have to try to air a lot of the time. Or like dash under or something. This is a good example of not being plus. You see, because he blocked it standing, the fireball was so much earlier that he recovered before Tokido here. See that? This is a good example of why blocking the air fireball standing is most of the time better. So if you check out the fireballs, again, we talked about this earlier. You see the arc? Standing. If he's crouching here, the fireballs won't hit until right about here instead of here. You know what I mean? That's the difference, right? The difference is that the fireballs will hit later.
Patient positioning. Jabs in between. No dash for you, Tokido. One round apiece.
Stay in your place. Don't dash in over here trying to hit me with all this pressure. All right, one round apiece already. First game. Still looking pretty close. But Tokido has full...
Look at that. EX Demon Flip just gets you in. What a block. This is huge damage, and he puts him in position one more for stun. Yeah, that combo does a lot of stun. Now he's one hit from stun here. That was a crazy block. Plus 8. No V reversal from him? Jesus, he's a maniac. Sticks to the bar. Nice. This is a good example of another way to punish the air fireball. I don't know if he even air fireballs here, does he? No, he goes for dive kick. But you can do this to get under the air fireball, punish the landing frames. It worked on the dive kick too.
Still has trigger available.
Just dashes out the corner. I like that. Jumped over his head. Reset the situation. Still has a significant life lead.
And Tokido just escapes the corner so easily. It's like Akuma gets the move where he wants in this matchup, right? Negative, yeah.
Look at that little mini check right there with the crouch jab.
Oh, that's not that bad for Tokido, actually. It's bar for not that much damage. He can run away now. Activation.
And he does that so you can't jump up and do anything as well. He still has
oh my god, I can't believe he checked. Not dead.
Oh, he goes for it.
Yeah, nice and meaty. Tokido didn't believe in it. He was trying to get out of there.
Saw all that meter, assumed that he wouldn't go meaty, tried to do something, got caught. Bonchan with the read.
Tokido definitely thought to himself, all right, I have V-trigger, I have tons of bar. There's no way he respects my wake-up, right? Why would he, or there's no way he doesn't respect my wake-up. Like, why would he press the button here when the threat of uppercut, the threat of all these things are there? So he probably tried to hold up back, and didn't work.
I'm loving the way he's maximizing her mobility. Using that command dash, the air
cross-cut DP.
It's looking like a really tricky task right now for Tokido. He's playing catch-up.
Gotta get that autocorrect. Autocorrect DP is one of the most useful skills to have in this game in general. Let's see this again, actually.
Playing catch-up most rounds.
Yeah, he wants that buffer. Try to hit a button, it looked like.
That's true. Karen's damage output definitely.
Yeah, he is able. That's what makes nice whip punish. That's what makes Akuma's V trigger so strong, right? Activating in the neutral raw like that is really, really good. He tried to like read back roll. I think that's a punish. Not quite stun, right? It is. Jesus Christ.
Trying to take this match back.
He's not dead.
This setback right
Yeah, very little damage on that. I'm surprised he even spent bar. Tick throw attempt or a tick throw threat. Oh. Yeah, he's only +1 off standing leg kick, so he has to check with standing jab after.
Scary to get to that corner, especially with the demon flip mix-up he's been employing this entire time.
Yeah, fireball activation is one of the strongest tools that like Guile, Akuma, and Ken have, right? I think he thought that that was a man. Look at this. I'm pretty sure Bonchan thought that this was gonna be a jump fireball, which is why he EX dashed, thinking like, oh, he's gonna jump air fireball. I'll get under. But it's just a demon flip. The threat of jump air fireball and the other demon flip options means that Bonchan can't play his normal ground game because he's thinking about the air approach, and then he's thinking to himself like, all right, I'll spend my EX to get under the jump air fireball, and it's something else, right? It's not even what he's thinking. So because of that, he loses his bar and he gets knocked down from something because he's got to focus on the air. And when you're doing that, you can't abuse Karen's strong grounded buttons, right?
Jumps and gets out. Trying to air to air now. It's looking difficult for Karen. There's no consistent answer, is there?
Walk under. Little check there.
He's still doing a lot of movement, but he's not scoring significant damage, if you could tell by his life bar.
Absolutely.
Go for it again.
Uppercut. Yeah, that was nice and easy. He had walked under him earlier, so he was able to do it.
I like this pace. Back to the middle of the screen, slowly pushing towards that corner. Tokido.
Again, that's what he's looking for, right? Look, he's so focused on this. He tries it. Jump. Air fireball. He tries the EX anti-air. He's still going to get a punish, but he's committing so much bar to it, right? Which Karen built a lot of meter, but you don't want to spend all day going for that. Yeah, caught him trying to catch the landing frames. He's chilling.
Just about survives.
Full trigger, though.
Again, damn.
Throw in the corner. Bonchan, not done yet.
Activate again. This is so powerful, right? Oh, he missed.
Too far.
Nice. That's better. Yeah, somebody asked earlier about the air-to-air. I like that air-to-air a lot better.
Oh my goodness, put him under the pressure. Get those records activated.
He wants access to that V reversal. That's why he hasn't spent it yet. Still,
oh, he tried. Again, yeah, he tried the same thing, right? He keeps trying to snipe that air fireball. I think he should have just... He didn't know what he was going to do, right? He didn't know if he was going to air fireball or not. But because of that, if he just did EX command dash, he would have had a punish here. So he has to block instead. The command throw nerf in AE is that command throws have significantly more recovery. But yeah, again, I wouldn't stress over the change until they're final, right? We don't know what the final changes are going to be. Yeah, I think that answer is not consistent enough. I sort of agree with you that it's not enough. Mago is a strong coach, it seems, yeah. Yeah, EX Tenko can go through fireballs, but he did it too shallow, right? Bonchan was trying to catch something else, and like if he did it and it passed by Tokido, that would have been okay, I think. But yeah, see, he tried to dash under again. I'm pretty sure he's trying to read the fireballs again, and like I think he thought, oh, this is gonna be jump air fireball, so I'll dash, and then he got himself crossed up because of it. See, when he's focusing so hard on trying to anti-air these air fireballs, and it's like he has the right idea, right? Because Tokido is doing it a lot, and it's clearly an important part about the matchup. But it just means he has to abandon a lot of his ground game and focus on anti-airing, which is not what you want as Karen. Yeah, see?
Doesn't know what kind of jump it's gonna be.
He has to guess constantly. What's the air approach? Every single time he goes to the air, he has to guess like what kind of air approach is it gonna be. Jump, non-fireball this time. He tries the EX command dash under the fireball. It's just a regular jump in. He can't guess it, right? He's constantly trying to guess what it's gonna be, and that's just leading to his downfall. But you can't blame him, because what do? You just sit there and eat the jumps all day, then you're just gonna get, like, you know, pressured all day and die that way. So it's either you try to contest it on the ground, or while he's in the air, or you have to deal with the ground and mix up. He delayed that, got the counter hit. Because he didn't do nice, alright. But again, losing a lot of bar, and Karen needs that. That's the interaction we talked about at the very start of this game, right? Very start of this game. If Karen tries to anti-air this, see, the hitbox on her standing fierce is like over here, and this is taking a different arc down at the bottom. So it just slides right under it, right? You just completely miss out on the anti-air that you're trying for in that situation. So it's just, again, another way to throw off the anti-air time. Hit confirm.
Oh, ready.
Yeah, ambiguous. Taunt.
The taunt, letting you know how strong I am.
Two quick ones, right? Two quick ones.
No. Did he just do that?
Tokido wants you to know that he's the best. He's like, look, this is a cakewalk for me, bro.
Thinking about getting a new stick. Wamba, Obsidian, or go for the Dragon. Depends on what you're interested in. And if you have experience with other arcade sticks, what do you like about them and what do you dislike about them? And that'll give me more info about what I can recommend.
I was like, Jesus Christ.
Who was he talking about when he said that?
He was talking about Bonchan,
He's talking
bro.
about Bonchan.
Listen to these guys.
You can't be boys after that. You're not gonna come on camera. I bothered him. I'm like, yo, bro, there's no.
Obsidian is a nice stick. I've used the Obsidian and I've used the Panthera both. I've tested both of them and kind of messed around and seen what I like and dislike. Guy brought the Obsidian to play offline with at WNF, and I do that with the Panthera every week, and I played with it at home. I mess around with the both of the sticks. Yeah, back to Nash. How many matches analyzed today? This is our first one we're watching.
Bonchan busting out the Nash. This is what I've been waiting on.
Yo, is that Nash fresh?
No, pad is fine. PS4 pad is like totally fine. Lots of people play on it.
That's the only reason Bonchan wears vest right now, because of his love for Nash. All right, here we go. Appropriate setting for this fight.
All right, so back to Nash. Now, one thing about this matchup is, again, yeah, you can see red fireball going to be a little bit more important to beat the V-skill and beat his own booms. But also, the big struggle he's going to deal with against Akuma is that the air approach options are still really powerful against Nash, right? Even with EX Scythe, air fireball can beat it. And also, he has really far-ranging punishes on a lot of stuff, and his grounded buttons are really strong. So look, he's got to deal with the red fireballs, yeah. What do you do about these red fireballs? You neutral jump, but, you know, it's not anything super consistent. Medium Tatsu. Just guesses on the fireball, and he's right. Checking with those fierce buttons. Plus frames. It's even worse against this character, right? Because his fastest button is 4. So because of that, it makes it even easier for Akuma to be oppressive with his plus frames. These jumps. Again, there's no answer. Yeah, that's what I mean. Scythe. Look at that trade, right? Look at this trade. It's crazy. It's a good trade for Akuma for so many ways, right? Air fireball trading with EX Scythe means that. Look at that. Boom. Nice and easy, right? Akuma will take that trade all day.
What an answer from Bonchan.
I saw him doing this when he stopped playing with Nash early. He had great air-to-air answers for options. Yeah,
red fireballs again. Good answer. Bonchan just has to sit there and deal with them. Punish on the Moonsault.
Rusty with this Nash right now. All right.
I like that anti-air. Yeah, put him back to the corner. He's got room.
Doesn't want to throw the boom. Keep him second guessing.
Bonchan has this very peculiar style.
Yeah, he can't get a combo at that range. It's a little too far. And it's going to be a trade every time. He's +1, 4-frame button. He's got a 3-framer. It's like, you know, you're stuck. There's not a lot you can do there. You just take the trade every single time if you're Tokido, unless you're about to die. All right. Now he's kind of turtling up and he's doing a little bit of a better job. All right, now the he has that ground approach, air fireball. Yep, he blocked it standing, so he got the check.
No punish.
Standing medium kick barely whiffs.
Oh, standing medium kick is death right now. No matter what range you block standing medium kick at, even from the furthest range, this Kara Demon always connects. So that's what Tokido is fishing for. By the time he's down here and he's getting close to building this bar, he tries it right here. That standing medium kick was definitely Kara Demon. Right, he tried it. He tried a Kara Demon. And same thing right here. When he gets this, all he's looking for, he doesn't even want to make you block this. Or he doesn't want you to hit you with this, right? He just wants to make you block this. Kara, the V-skill, and the Demon, and that's completely throwable.
God, where are you going? Stay
Man, I'm happy I'm not on camera here because I was definitely losing it about this demon.
That was.
Yeah, just a tiny
I honestly
bit.
didn't know it was gone.
Does Bonchan know? He knows he gets grabbed as soon as the flash happens. As soon as the flash for the demon happens.
Alright.
It's like just max range. You always get hit by that. It doesn't matter. Like, it's always going to connect. As long as you're not jumping. So you just have to guess, right? You just have to guess what he's going to do there.
Back into the corner. No buttons on wake up. Nice counter hit confirmed. Just uses that bazooka to get a little.
What sucks is that you don't even need counter hit to combo this, actually. But what sucks is that he's negative after. he just gets checked by that 3-frame jab. Kara Demon. Kara refers to the fact that you're Kara canceling moves. So generally, you're using one attack to add extra range to what you're trying to do. In that instance, when he does standing medium kick, he cancels into V skill, which pulls him forward, and it misses, and then he goes for a demon. It's like why Kara throws are really popular in Street Fighter 4. I'll show you an example after this. I'll show you an example after this match.
Down 2-1 right now.
Good punish.
The input for that one is V skill kick demon. Oh, counter hit. He's not dead. Oh, he tried instant overhead. Bonchan can actually win.
Can he bring this back? Great view reversal.
Yeah, empty cancel, right. Yeah, take that throw. Nice and safe. Tokido really puts on a clinic after that first game, honestly. Abusing the air approach options of Akuma to shut down a lot of Bonchan's options on the ground and force him into constantly playing on the back foot, and there's not a lot of options. All right. So, I'll show you an example of Kara. Yeah, Kara means empty, and it's the classic example that I like to show people is Ken in Street Fighter 4, where he can cancel his step kick into a throw. You see that? See, he has a Kara dash. So he's adding extra range on it with his forward medium kick. See that? So what's happening? The slow-mo is a great example. God, the quality on this video is buff. 360p, huh? So if I slow it down, you're gonna see the Kara right here. This is a good example of Ken's Kara throw. So yeah, well, Kara dash. So what you're seeing here is he's empty canceling a move into the focus. So what's happening there is the startup of his forward medium kick is happening, but then he's canceling it into his focus, right? So the focus has extra range. Same with a throw right here. If you look when he throws, you'll see the startup of the forward medium kick for a second, right? There's like a second there where this is forward medium kick, and then like right there, and then he cancels the forward medium kick into throw. So instead of just being able to throw from this range, he's canceling the forward medium kick into the throw, right? Kara canceling it, empty canceling it. I wish he showed a regular throw and then Kara throw. Just gives you extra range on a lot of moves. Yeah, that's an example of it. So anyway, that's the same thing as that demon. Where's the demon? It's right here.
And he has one EX bar. Oh my God!
So standing medium kick demon here. I'll slow it down so you can see what it looks like. It's like it gives you extra range on the demon. So here's when he knocks it down. Gives you extra range on the demon, but it's also an empty cancel, right? So he goes for this kick, and then it pulls him forward, and then he cancels into the demon. Right? He's empty canceling his V skill. So it doesn't hit. He's just using it as a whiff.